Hi, we have around 30 avocados here, and what we're going to do is we're going to freeze them. I've already cut them up. If you'd like to know how I cut them up, you can be able to check out my video on how to cut up avocados. But I went ahead and skipped the step, so you can check that out. So if you would like to know how I cut them. But what we're going to do now is we're going to process them, and what I'm going to be using is my Bosch mixer, and I'm using a Bosch, but you can use any kind of mixer that you'd like to mix. So let me go ahead and put it in. I'm put 15 of the avocados in because I have 30 here, so I'm going to do 15 of them. Now the ratio is basically for every 2 avocados you want to do 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. I read other articles where they said you could be able to do 1 tablespoon for every avocado. For me, that seemed like too much lemon juice, and I'm thinking that I definitely can be able to add more at the end. I'd rather have too little than too much. And the most important thing is you need to make sure that it's evenly distributed. So what we're going to do now is go ahead and start mixing it up. It is on. Hold on a second. Make sure it's plugged in. Okay, we have some of the avocados in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to process them because I have about 30 of them. So I'm going to put some inside of here, and then we're going to do the rest of it. I'm just going to pulse it real quick. And one thing I forgot real quick is I want to put in my lemon juice. Forgot to add that. And I'm saying lemon juice, but actually it's lime juice. Let me pulse it around some. Put it all in. And I'm going to pulse it. That's perfect. And what I'm going to do real quick is take this off, and I'm going to scrape the sides, so I want to make sure it's good. But look at it. It's really, really creamy. Scraped it. Let me pulse it again. Cut it on. All on high. And that's perfect. Perfect. Okay, so here we see the avocados here. That was quick, easy, painless. And now what I'm going to go ahead and do is put it on the side of my tray. And there's a couple options that you can be able to do. One, you can be able to put it inside of a Ziploc bag and freeze it. Me, I like to kind of freeze it in quantities, so I can be able to put it on sandwiches or be able to make dip into it. If I'm putting it on sandwiches, I definitely don't need a lot, and I don't want to end up taking the whole part out and chipping it out. So you can either put it inside a Ziploc bag and freeze it if you want to do it that way and chip it away, or you can be able to put it in a Ziploc bag, cut a little hole on the tip, and you can put it inside of freezer ice trays, yeah, that's the word, in ice trays. And when you put them in there, you can be able to use the Ziploc bag as kind of like a pipe, so you can just kind of pipe it into the ice trays, and then you can be able to do it that way. So as you go, you can be able to just pop them out and use them and defrost them. So, but what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to put it inside one big pan, and then I'm planning on scoring it so that it can be easily breakable. Now I would have liked to have had parchment paper, but I don't have any with me, so you guys are going to see how it turns out, just the same way I find out. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is just put it on here. Get as much of it off as I can. And if you like anyone who really likes avocado, my husband's not here, so I'm not going to let him have it, but just like how they do with desserts, you could let people be able to have that, to be able to lick off if they wanted it. But no one's here that'll eat that, and I don't eat it like that. I only eat it on my sandwiches. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it on here. And I'm going to let it freeze. And this is a first for me. I haven't done this before. I just saw a really great deal where I was able to get 3 avocados for $1. So I ended up getting 30 of them. So what I was thinking what I was going to do is just level it out, and then after I get it leveled, I was going to go ahead and score it. And what I mean by score it, I'll show you in a second. Basically make lines in it so that whenever it's frozen some, it'll be easier for me to break up. But it blended it well. What I noticed, it blended it well. Good, it has some lumps in it. I used my Vitamix to blend up some other avocados. It turned out more smooth, but you can see this is still very smooth. But I was able to blend more in here, so it's kind of a trade-off. They're both great. They're both great. They're both great. Okay, I've gotten a lot of it out. Okay, put that up, and now I'm just going to smooth it on out. And again, what I strongly recommend is put some parchment paper down so it'll be easier to come off. I hope it doesn't stick and it's not able to not come off. Ooh, fingers crossed. I'll be very sad if that happens. I'm just going to put it all on here and hope for the best. And then what I'm going to do is put inside the freezer. Move this out the way. Try to get it spread as good as you can, as evenly. If it's not as even, it's okay. There we go. And I'm hoping it'll just pop out still. I wanted to grease it, but I didn't want to put olive oil on it. I didn't want to do that. I may have regrets later, but you know, we'll see. You live and you learn. There we go. And it's still a pretty color. And you see it's still pretty smooth. It's really nice. Now what I meant by score it is like this. And I do this when I dehydrate. Like people do it when they make chips and stuff. I'm not sure if this is going to do anything. We're just seeing here. Don't judge me, people. Please. Alright. We'll see. I may end up having to saw it off and break it into pieces. But we'll see. I'm going to go ahead and put this inside the refrigerator. And so it doesn't get on any... First I'm just going to put it inside of the freezer right now for about an hour. And then about after an hour it's going to be more hard. I'm going to get some plastic and cover it. Okay?